What's up, everybody? So it's been a while. It's kind of antsy about doing this, but I said, why not? Let's go ahead with it. This video is gonna be about mostly my childhood and how the people you interact with at that stage of your life are one of the most memorable people that you would ever meet for the rest of your life. People would come in, people would go out, and basically life is gonna go on. So you want to really appreciate the moment, savor the moment, make sure that you dot all your I's and cross all your T's. And basically, as a child, when you're growing up, you meet your friends, you meet the people that are in your neighborhood, the people that you grew up with. You move into apartment buildings, or you move into, your parents move into like neighborhoods and estates, and you get to see how other people are living. You get to make new friends, you get to get new schools. You have your first day of school, you walk into school, you're that kid that nobody knows, and everybody's trying to, meet with somebody, interact with somebody. And this keeps going on. And eventually, somebody takes the bold step. One of the kids, or two of the kids, get in touch with one other kid, and before you know it, they form a pack, they form a team, they form a band of friends. And at this stage, whatever is formed could basically last for 2 seconds. It could turn into an episode of, people could come to find out that they don't want to be friends with each other. Or it could go the other way. It could become a situation where kids build a long-lasting bond, and they get to like or interact with each other for years to come. I'll give you a quick story. I was born in Africa, West Africa, and my parents had moved from a building into a new building, and my dad had formed a relationship with the landlord, and eventually my family became family with the landlord's children. And during that process, my dad had to travel out of the country because there was military takeover and just a lot of unrest. And the landlord was so good to my dad that we had no choice but to become family friends. They were very good people, and you want to make friends with good people. And eventually, we were owing them rent, actually. So my dad was due the rent, but it wasn't paid. And eventually, we traveled and promised the landlord. The landlord was like, move in, no problem, you can stay here. And whenever you have the money, you could pay me. And after my dad travels 2 months, true to his word, he paid the rent. And from then, our family and their family became friends from then on. But at the age of 4, my family moved from that city due to security issues to a different city. And the new city that we moved to, I had to, again, make new friends. We became friends with the landlord because the landlord and my family had a lot in common, because they had young kids. I was a young kid, so that relationship or that bond was formed. And from then on, I went to their house, they came to mine. My mom got to know their mom, and so on and so forth. And eventually, I made many more friends. I was friends with all 5 children of the landlord, of the kids, and we went to elementary school together. And eventually, just like everything natural, it comes to an end. Elementary school was over, and I had to go off to high school. So, in Nigerian system of education, the elementary school lasts, I believe, last about 6 years. But you have an option to graduate after the 5th year if you're a kid that is way ahead of your time academically, like you're a high performer. So if you're performing on a very high level, you have an option to take the entrance exam into high school 1 year ahead. So I took that test and I passed, and I went on to high school. Some of my friends were still stayed behind in elementary school. So when I went to high school, I went to a boarding school, and I stayed in that boarding school for another 6 years. And in this boarding school, the dress code was a shirt, a tie, pair of pants, had your belt, and you had a shoe, which was mandatory for everybody. There was a dress code: white shirt, navy blue pant, navy blue slacks, black shoe. You have to keep a low cut, and so on and so forth. So I did that for 6 years. I made a whole new group of friends, people that I'm still in touch with till today. So the people that I met in high school and elementary school, and when I moved cities, I still talk to most of them. I still talk to a large percentage of the ones that I was close with till today. Some of them are in London, some of them in the United States, some of them are back in Africa. As a matter of fact, I even have one guy who's in Australia. They scattered all over the world. So my point being that friendship is part of life. It's a very important factor. Depending on how your life plays out, life is very unpredictable. You have control over your life, and part of that control is making sure that when you make friends, you make the kind of friends that will last, the kind of friends that are meaningful, the kind of friends that could use you and people you could use. When you cannot use your friends and they cannot use you, you're both useless to each other. So at this age now, I'm 37, and I'm beginning to see the utility and the lack of utility in the friends that I've made over 37 years of being on this planet. Minus childhood and the stage at which I was forming my speech patterns and learning how to speak as a human being that is new into the world. So those were very interesting times. When I went to high school, met a new group of friends in their large numbers. And then we proceeded to go on to college. Traveled to the United States. Came here for college. Started in community college. Made some more friends. People that I'm still in touch with till today. And then I got a scholarship to Purdue. Went over there. Made some more friends. Graduated from Purdue. Got accepted to UIC College of Pharmacy. Went over there, made some more friends, people that I'm still associated with till today, people that I see from time to time with very good, strong bond, strong relationship. We help each other financially, emotionally, physically, encourage each other. And then I went from there. Some of the friends I made in pharmacy school, they follow me on Instagram. We keep in touch with each other. We help each other however we can. And then I moved into the real world where now you're a man and you expected, you're obligated to, you have a responsibility to build symbiotic relationships with people that would lead you to the rest of your life. Life is about relationships, and relationships take you from that point to the end of life. And figuring out that dynamic and who to let into your life and who to exclude is a very crucial part of life because it could mean success or it could mean failure. And after 33 years, I just reunited with a friend of mine, a childhood friend, a girl that I met when she was barely 3 years old. And we were ring bearers at the uncle's wedding, and we were very close as kids. Our parents were very close to one another. They were very good to each other. We were very good neighbors. And I met her 33 years later. She's married. She's married for over the course of 13 years. She's been in a relationship with this person for 15 years. They have three adorable kids. And they've moved past that stage and moved on to the best side of life. And they are enjoying their life. The husband just retired from the U.S. military. Great guy. Met him. We had very high level conversations. And that's what life is about. Life is about high level conversations. It's about having those difficult conversations that people find uncomfortable. And those conversations build character. They are what makes people mature. So you mature a lot because of this kind of conversation. This kind of conversations is what brings peace or what makes trouble. So you want to be the kind of person that picks up on this at an early stage in life, that the quality of your relationship has the ability to enhance your outcome in life. So those, the past has a funny way to play into the future. You're not gonna need everybody you met in your past, but the ones that you built a very solid relationship with, if you ever encounter them again in the future, some of these people can be very, very instrumental to your uprise, to your success, and to so many good things that could come your way. Thank you so much for watching.